Welcome to my TED Talk. My name is Wesley Addison, and I will be presenting When the Game Ends. It focuses on player development and psyche within sports management and leadership. There are times when management and leadership doesn't view players as humans, but as prize animals or tools. There's a slight emphasis of not caring about what they think or how they feel, but their only purpose is to do their job and make the organization money. An example of this is Bob McNair's statements regarding players kneeling during the national anthem, protesting racial injustice and social injustice within the United States. He quoted, "You can't have inmates running the prison." I know you're wondering, how does this ties into management and leadership? My question to you is, how would this make you feel as a player or as a staff member or as a fan? This is a clear example of how a statement hinders a player's development and psyche within an organization. Do you really expect players wanting to play for your organization? No one will want to play for your organization after there's such outrageous comments. No staff member will want to do their jobs, and fans will start turning against the organization. We as leaders are supposed to bring a positive culture environment for our staff, players, and fans. This is what brings out the best development for everyone. The development stage is very key for the growth of an organization, staff, players, and fans. One slip up could cost an organization millions of dollars in loss of profit. It could hinder the growth of your players. It could possibly make your staff leave to another opposing organization. I've been on both sides of the developmental stage as a player and as a coach. These upcoming quotes resonate with me very well because of me being on both sides of the scale. More at all states, college athletes suffering from mental health conditions like depression need to seek help. Unfortunately, there's hesitation to reach out and ask for help. Another quote that resonates well from Menke in Germany. Others felt the loss of structure that had been in their lives and were unsure of the next phase of their lives. I know you're wondering why these quotes resonate with me was because as a player, I felt like a god. It was a sense of identity that my coaches instilled within me to bring out my confidence, my swagger. They wanted me to destroy the competition. I started football games. I dominated my opponents, but one slip up, just one, got me benched. It's like you're not hitting your mark. I started crashing, not being able to process things, and I wasn't reaching my goals. I'm from a little place in South Carolina where you only had three options to get out. It was either sports, military, or academics. But most of the time we chose sports because most of the time we were very poor, so pursuing academics was not feasible. The funding from South Carolina really doesn't give you the best aid options. So we usually choose sports. Then you try to comprehend life because Your God complex is destroyed. You simply just can't recover from that. Now let's flip to me being a coach. When I coach, I become a different person. When I coach my players, I want to be a well-oiled machine. I want them to be a soldier. I want them to destroy. I want you to conquer. You can say it's tough love. I have destroyed many player God complexes, but there's a reasoning for that. I wanted to shed a light on them, giving them a view of the next phase of their lives. Because we as coaches know some of them were not going to make it to the next phase. They're not going to make it to college. Some of them are not going to make it to the professional league. I had to break their false reality, but I also wanted to give them hope for what comes afterwards. I want them to focus on hobbies. I wanted them to focus on getting better grades. I wanted them to be more than just athletes. As a leader, you're supposed to cultivate a positive environment for athletes, but sometimes to cultivate that positive environment, you have to make changes to help you operate with your players. I want them to be more than just a number. I want to have personality. I want to know their feelings. I want them to have an understanding to process things. I was just another stepping stone, helping them transition to the next phase of their lives, developing their psyche as athletes, and also as men and women. I did have a female player on my team, surely did. hmm Which brings me to my next point. This initiative created by professional athletes, former athletes, key names such as Dwayne Wade, Asia Wilson, Jalen Brunson. They partner with Chase to bring mental awareness and financial investments and financial literacy for high schoolers, college athletes, and professional athletes. Because most of they use up all their athletes and usually go broke after their career's over with. Especially with this new landscape of NIL, you see a multitude of athletes wasting their money on chains, cars, houses that depreciate in value, and they have nothing to fall back on. They have a bunch of yes men in their lives and agents that lead them down the wrong path. With this initiative, it teaches players financial literacy, also helping them with their mental health, guiding them to seeing therapists. And it also helps them with the transition during and after sports. But I feel like there's more that we as leaders should put initiatives starting early as high school, helping players out with their mental because you never know what somebody's going through with their daily lives. As college athletes, I feel like we need to do daily checkups with college athletes, being more open to them, honest about their future within the team, or if we can see them going to the next level. Not painting a fake picture with them, and letting them know how the business works and how everything in life is not fair. Offering therapy sessions. It could be once a week, twice a week, how much you need to help you get through the hurdles of life. I just want more for athletes, for coaches and staffs. But it also has to start from the top. It has to work its way all the way to the bottom. Everyone has to be on board. You have to believe in what you're promoting. Because yes, when the game does end, the stadium lights will still cut on. You simply won't be an athlete. You will be a fan. You have to understand that your life still goes on. That's my TED talk.